It all started with a simple Discord notification. Someone had sent me a friend request. At the time, I didn't think much of it. I was busy with something else, so I ignored it and went about my day. Later, when I finally got some free time, I decided to check who had added me. The username caught my attention. Adapt. I didn't know who Phase Adapt was back then, so the name didn't really mean much to me, but something about the request intrigued me. His profile had a link in the bio, though it looked completely unorganized, like it had just been thrown together without much thought. I don't know much about Discord layouts, but even I could tell this account wasn't the most polished. Still, I figured it might be a real person, not necessarily an impersonator, so I decided to accept the request and see what this was about. The moment I accepted, he messaged me, "Hey, send me your YouTube link," he said. I hesitated for a second. Why did he want my channel? But curiosity got the better of me, and I sent it over. Immediately he started giving me advice, things about growing my channel, strategies to get more views, and how I should invest in a channel specialist. At first, I was confused. Who was this guy? Why was he giving me advice like he knew me? It was only then that I decided to check the link in his bio. When I opened it, I was shocked. This guy, Phase Adapt, was a famous YouTuber, a huge one. He played video games, did vlogs, and even asked strangers random questions in his videos. My heart started racing. Was this real? Had a massive YouTuber actually messaged me? For a few minutes, I let my excitement take over. This was it. This was my big break. A well-known content creator had noticed me. I started imagining all the possibilities. Maybe he saw potential in my content. Maybe he wanted to collaborate. Maybe this was my chance to finally grow and get noticed. But then my friend snapped me back to reality. That's a fake account, he said flatly. I was stunned. How do you know? Look at his profile. It's completely unorganized. A real YouTuber wouldn't have such a messy setup. Plus, why would he randomly message you out of nowhere? I wanted to deny it. I wanted to believe that this was real, that this was my golden opportunity. But the more I thought about it, the more things started to feel off. I decided to test him. "What's your real name?" I asked. He hesitated before responding. "It's Alex." That was technically correct. Phase Adapt's real name is Alexander Hamilton Prinkiewicz, but something about his response felt weird. It was short, almost like he was trying to rush past the question. So I asked again, "Are you sure? What's your full name?" This time he completely avoided the question. "All right," he said. "All right." That wasn't an answer. That wasn't even a real response. Now I was certain something was wrong. I asked again, just to be sure, and once again he dodged it. At this point I had no doubts. This wasn't Phase Adapt. This was just some random person pretending to be him, but I played along for a bit longer, just to see what he was after. He kept pushing the channel specialist idea, trying to convince me that I needed one to grow my channel. That's when it all clicked. This was a scam. He wasn't just impersonating Phase Adapt for fun. He was trying to trick people into paying for some fake service that probably didn't even exist. I laughed to myself. How had I almost fallen for this? It was so obvious now. The unorganized profile, the dodged questions, the unnecessary advice, it all pointed to a scam. Finally, I called him out. "Nice try," I said, "but I know you're fake. The real Phase Adapt has his full name in his YouTube description. You couldn't even answer that properly." The moment I sent that message, he disappeared. No response, no argument. He just vanished, like he knew the game was up. I sat back and took a deep breath. It was crazy how easily excitement could blind someone to the truth. I wanted to believe so badly that this was real that I ignored all the red flags. But now, I knew better, and if I could almost fall for it, so could someone else. Just take Instagram for an example. Just go to Instagram and search a name. You'll find hundreds of people impersonating that person, though they do it to gain followers. Some of them have really malicious intentions. That's why lots of people nowadays avoid social media. So here's my advice to anyone watching this. If someone famous ever messages you out of nowhere, don't panic. Don't let excitement cloud your judgment. Take a step back, check the details, and make sure they're really who they claim to be. Because if you're not careful, you might end up getting scammed. Or worse. That's all for today. If you like the video, please subscribe and share the video. Who knows, this video might not be useful to you, but it may be useful to your friend.